Salute, salute, salute. Bow. So, Dimitri Bivol, however you want to pronounce it, however he, prefer his name to be pronounced. Dimitri Bivol versus Saul Canelo Alvarez at 168 in a rematch. Now, honestly, when I, think about somebody going in for a rematch, I like for it to be set right back on the same playing field with the same terms and agreements that the original fight was. I don't like to change things around, like, the weight. Like, you came up to my weight division and you challenged me, and fair and square, I defeated you. If you want to rematch me, the tables turn and I'm calling the shots. So now I want a rematch at the same weight. But if Bivol, if he has something that he feel like he wants to prove, like I can beat you at both weight classes, and that it wasn't just the fact that I was the bigger man, then I salute that. Because some people say that it was just the boxing skill. Some people are saying and comparing Bivol to Floyd Money Mayweather. Now, I don't want to get it twisted, because what Bivol was able to accomplish was not just based off of his size, but that was a factor. Skill was a factor. IQ was a factor. And if he goes down and fights him at 168 and does the same exact thing or even worse, then that just will further confirm that he's better than Canelo on any given day. 10 times out of 10 times, I'm going to beat you. Now, I can salute that. I'm interested in that. If they decide to do that, I'm interested in that. But at the same time, I would prefer for Canelo to fight again at 175. If he loses, he loses. But I think he should challenge himself. And going into a rematch, I would want the same adversity stacked up against me again. And if I fail, I fail. You know what I'm saying? But it's at the same time, to me, that's warrior. A lot of people right now, a lot of people right now who's negative towards Canelo, y'all entitled to y'all opinion. You know what I'm saying? I salute Canelo. I think that was a challenge, in my opinion. And I don't want to say that was dare to be great. I don't want to say that. I think that's a little bit of a reach to say he was daring to be great. But he was challenging himself. He was fighting somebody that was a competitor. Somebody that had skills, that had the fundamentals, that had a great technique, that was undefeated, that was bigger than him. And he's done that multiple times. So to say, well, he fought this guy that was bigger than him, you can't say because he lost to this guy that was bigger than him and just blame it on the weight. I understand what you're saying, and I'm not saying that it was just the weight. I'm just saying that the weight makes a difference. But at the same time, if Bivol feel like he wants to prove to the world and prove to Canelo, I can beat you at 168, then I'm interested to see if that makes a difference. It depends on if Canelo is a different fighter at 168. To me, he looked a little heavy. He looked like he had, like they say, he was fighting in the mud, or he had concrete boots on. He looked to me to be weighed down. He's never been the fastest on his feet, but at the same time, to me, he looked like that's just not optimal. That's not him at his best. You know what I'm saying? I know you don't want to make excuses for Canelo. The best man won that night, period, point blank, hands down. And if they did a rematch, I would prefer it at 175. And then Canelo is up to him to make adjustments and come back in and prove he can fight that man at the same weight he challenged him at in the first place. But that ain't up to me. That's up to the fighters. And if Bivol was like, I want to fight him at 168, I'm not going to knock that. Maybe he needs something to say, you know what, I still want to keep challenging myself as well. Maybe just beating Canelo ain't enough for him. Maybe he wants to prove that he can come down and beat Canelo. And if he does that, then I'm saluting it all day long. But time will tell. And it's not about just what I think. I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that it would make a difference for Canelo fighting Bivol at 168? Or do you think it'd be the same outcome? Do you think 10 times out of 10 times he's just Bivol's on another level? His skills are too great, and no matter what, he's insurmountable. He's unbeatable versus Canelo. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. This is Boxing Nocturnal Thoughts, man. I'm signing out. Salute.